Hello everyone and welcome to Scrap Saturdays. I hope you're all doing well. This is my new Felicity Jane process videos. These will be found on Monday and Fridays, so hopefully I do a good job and I keep up with that. It will offset the Wednesday and Saturdays of hip kits or anything else that I'm doing. And a little bit of the process is longer for this one just because I'm digging into my kits. And I know you've all seen, I did a little bit of an unboxing if you want to go back and look at that. But I spared you the cutting up of the paper. As you see here, all of my paper is already cut down to 8.5 by 11. And I love it. The papers are seamless. They look good together. The colors are beautiful. I purposely did print all of my photos in black and white or mostly in very neutral tones to work with this kit just because it's a new kit. And I find that I have been needing some new inspiration. So that was one of the reasons why I got the Felicity Jane kit and also why I'm deciding to print my photos in black and white. Just a little bit of a mojo buster, right? So when we're feeling that we're a little bit bored and we're continuously doing the same thing, something as simple as just changing the way you print your photos, if you can, and I am lucky that I can do that, just changing them over to black and white. I mean, you save yourself the color copy that you can print at any time and have in your memories and records to keep. But it's nice to do black and white because it doesn't compete with anything else. But these kits are so easy to work with because all the colors are like identical. They all have the same tone and softness to them. The photograph that I'm working with is a photograph of myself and my husband, Alan, and it was his birthday a few days ago. So this is kind of his birthday layout photo, you know, because he's so cute. But I use this app called Color Pop. It's like pop, like P-O-P. And you can't see the name on it because it was on the bottom of my photograph. It's like a watermark and you have to pay money in order to not have that printout on your photo. And I thought, no, it's not worth it. I figured at some point the way I was going to embellish my picture that I would put a flower or something. And look, yeah, the yellow flowers landed there perfectly. One of the things that I'm excited about with this kit is that there is jumbo tags in these envelopes, which prompted me to think about how I would journal on my layouts, which is something new as well that I haven't been doing. And so a couple of weeks ago, I was tediously, for 3 days straight, I'd mentioned this in another video, working to repair one of the typewriters that a good friend of mine that I worked with had given to me. And I'm so excited because I got to play with it finally, and I love the end result. I mean, it's not perfect. The typewriter is like really old. I believe it's about 50 years old. It belonged to his dad, and then he himself went through university typing out his essay. So it's an amazing typewriter. I really like it. So I do the best that I can with it. There's no perfect, and the journaling is tucked into that Felicity Jane envelope, so you don't really see it all the time. But knowing now that I do have a place that doesn't compete with my layout, I really like that. So I think I'm going to look at these envelopes and kind of dissect them a bit and see if I can create my own and then continue this, kind of a hidden journaling thing, which I did not invent. A lot of people do that, but I really am excited about it. Again, it's one of those mojo busters, right? So here you see me using my piece of acetate, laying it down on my mat and using my lines on my mat as a guide so that I can have them relatively straight. They're not 100% straight, but they're straight enough for the amount of times, like I always say, that you're going to look at your layout. It's good enough, right? And so here's a little snippet of what I had to do, because once my mind gets going, I start thinking about all the little bits and pieces that I do want to add. And you can see my journaling, my typewriter journaling on that tag on the top right corner there. I just went ahead and pulled out my Cuttlebug real quick and some of my tab dies that I have. And these are Spellbinder tabs that I have. It came in a set, all of them all together. And I'm just using my two favorite. I think I started with all of them, but then my two favorite tabs are the ones that I cut out from this beautiful butter paper and the soft blue. Because yes, Felicity Jane kits are known for their stamp sets, and in order for me to use them, I have to prepare myself, right? You have to prepare yourself. It's kind of like a recipe that when you're going to make dinner. If you need carrots, you have to take the time to cut up the carrots, right? So you can use the carrots. I hope that makes sense, right? Did it make sense? I don't know. I think it made sense. And so here, I kind of wrestled with the idea in my mind that I wanted to secretly keep those tassels for myself and not use them because I want to keep making bracelets with them. But then I thought, no, there's a few of them. I should use them. And so what I'm doing is I'm just tying the tassel to one of the strands. I thought about using two of them, but no, I didn't want to overpower. One was enough. It was good enough as a small little sample. And what I do is I add a little bead of hot glue to the knot of that tassel, as you see me doing right here. And that's just to reinforce the knot so that I know it wouldn't come apart. And it's kind of the tip and the trick that I learned when I was making the elastic bracelets, is just where you put the glue to secure your knots. So I thought, I learned something new, so I'm going to use it. But yeah, I really like it. And again, like, it's so easy. I know it probably seems like it's a long process because to me, I had to stop and I had to type up all my journaling and all that kind of stuff. And then I stopped again and I was punching out those tabs. But once I started going, it was so easy. Like the borders that I'm using on the side, those are slightly thinner than chipboard, but slightly thicker than cardstock. That comes from the die cut package, which was one of the things that brought me back to Felicity Jane, was that we don't have to fussy cut these things out anymore. And I love that. So the same thing with the flowers, the yellow, beautiful yellow flowers in the corner, those daisies, I'm assuming, or marigolds. I don't know what they are. But that's also part of the die cut set. And so I really like that. And then the solid cardstock is what they call it, but it's not really cardstock, those two blues that you see there. So this beautiful aqua blue and then the baby blue. I don't know, is it like a periwinkle color? Cuddle? I can't speak. I've already restarted this video like 6 times to get this recording right, and I am just not having a good word day. No, so we'll just keep going, right? Yep. But yes, I love that the border already had the scalloped edge to it, and I love tearing. So of course, I'm using a little bit of what I know, what makes me happy, just to try out. I'm testing the waters with the Felicity Jane kit, but I'm keeping a little bit more clean. Meaning, I'm not going to be doing any crazy mixed media. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I don't think I'm going to be, continuously doing exactly the same kind of thing that I do with my hip kits. I'm going to try to keep them a little bit more clean and a little bit more neutral. Is that the lie of the year or what? I have no idea. I say that and then I totally change, right? So I don't know. We're going to play together. We're going to figure it out. But I did use the Felicity Jane stamps, and I stamped one and only you, which is on the yellow, and then the love you, which is on the pink. And I used a Hero Arts ink. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, Hero Arts or something like that. It's a charcoal color. Now on the tabs, I love that it's not black and that it doesn't compete with the photograph. But then I use the same, and you'll see it towards the end of this video, I use the same Hero Arts charcoal ink on the bottom for like my on the layout stamping. And after it dried, I wasn't too happy with it. I think it needed to be black. So I'm learning. I learned from this process. And that jambalaya of a knot, that made no sense to me when I was first tying my tag. I really liked it. I tucked it into the corner. But then again, I was second guessing myself because I was telling you I'm trying to be a little bit more neat with my Felicity Jane. This is my progress towards simplicity and minimalistic scrapbooking. Again, I don't know if I'm lying to you guys, but I'm really trying. I am. And so I'm using these wood veneer hexagon shapes that came in a little baggie, and it's part of the embellishments that came with the Felicity Jane kit. And I love them. I didn't realize that one side it's plain, and the other side it actually has like baby minute wood grain to it. Like it actually has a wood grain pattern on one side. So there's a right side and a wrong side to these hexagons. And they're so cute. So they just made me fall in love with them even more. Like, just awesome. Especially the darker ones. The darker ones, you can totally see the wood grain like a lot. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you'll just have to take my word for it. So they're really cute. They're in place of, like, I would say an enamel dot or whatnot. So I really liked using it. Again, it comes with that natural softness of this page. I just loved it. When I was done, I really was like, wow, this makes me happy. And it's a big change from the very colorful, you know, very color competitive layouts that I've been doing. And it was just an honest thing that I had mentioned before. Like when you're working on a vacation album, it becomes tedious. It's hard, right? You feel, I don't know, like it's so much work over and over and over again. And the pictures, even though you're telling a story, you're recording a memory, still they get to be cumbersome. You know what I mean? It's just the same type of thing. But this is kind of my renewed, you know, mojo thing, like I'm saying to you, and I'm so excited. I really like this stitched stamp. Again, that's part of the Heidi one. So the one that's in my hand is the Heidi kit stamp set, and it's so cute. I loved it. And this is the Hero Arts ink that I'm talking about. Like, it looks good when I first stamp it. It's got the bright tone, but it dries like 2 shades lighter than that. But in the end, I have nothing to complain about because I really liked what I did. I really liked the way everything came together. So celebrate love. Celebrate refined mojo. Celebrate the person that you love the most. I'm coming in with these little turquoise hearts. It's a little heart stamp that came with the kit too. And I like that because I've been seeing other people do it. And I'm just, you know, Monica see, Monica do. It's really cute. It's very clean, very linear. I do still come in with a little bit of Heidi shine and gold because that's my absolute favorite. But I don't do big blobs. I just do light, sprinkly, splattery. Yeah, that's what I do. So be inspired, my friends. Be inspired to do something completely different than what you're used to. Be inspired by what you see. Copy what you see. Just go for it. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys soon.